I think we are ready to resurrect Sab-Sunen, Luxa, Embodied. Do it. Frog Mommy, come out to play. We are going to manipulate Sab-Sunen's +1/+1 counters, and now we got Innkeeper's talent. Between the map tokens and Innkeeper's talent, we can manipulate Sab-Sunen's ability with the counters to do exactly what we want. The game's literally over. Sab-Sunen, you cannot. Let's go, Frog Mommy, for the win. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. So today we are going into frogs. We're going to unite Glarb and Sab-Sunen, Frog Mommy. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So your moistness is going to meet up with Sab-Sunen. So, okay, with Sab-Sunen, obviously it can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it, and then during your first main phase, put a +1/+1 on it, and then if it has an odd numbers, draw 2 cards. So immediately I kind of noticed there is like kind of like a weird like downside. How can we control the God Mommy as best as possible? We're gonna actually kind of try and manipulate the +1/+1 counters with Innkeeper's talent. So if you notice, Sab-Sunen clicks at the beginning of your first main phase. So whenever the first main phase happens, typically you'll have like odd, and then you'll get the draw. But we also want to compound that with being able to attack as well. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter, and then hopefully we can use this to put a +1/+1. So we get the draw and the attack, and then we can just keep on doing that. We want to manipulate the way that we get +1/+1 counters on Sab-Sunen. Obviously, this is also a Glarb deck. So what we have with Glarb, obviously Surveil 2 is cool because you can put stuff into the graveyard. So I was thinking, why not just do a super cool thing with Abyssal Harvester, exile target card from a graveyard that was put there this turn, and then just create a token that's a copy of it. You can just put any creature card from any graveyard that was put there this turn, and you get to create a copy of it. This card is actually insane. So then I was thinking, well, we also have demons. Why not run Unholy Annex? And Unholy Annex is also good for 2 things. Well, I got the Speed Demon just because this card's absolutely hilarious. But the Unholy Annex and the Ritual Chamber work very well with Glarb as well. Because Glarb, you may play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library. So you actually have access to the Ritual Chamber as well. If you're going to be running Glarb, you might as well run Virtue of Persistence. This Virtue of Persistence can also kind of help you snag itself. You can't go for the Scorn, but you can go for the Persistence. We got the Vraska and Nissa, a little bit of like, synergy here. Blossoming Tortoise also helps out as well, because you're just going to dip some stuff in. What the best thing you can do with Tortoise is go in for the Restless Cottage, the Restless Reef, or the Restless Vinestalk. These Restless cards are your best friends with Tortoise because it's 1 less to activate, and because you are going to be ramping up. You do want to take, you could just go like Golgari, but you really want to abuse having those extra Vinestalks and those extra Restless Reefs, because the Restless Reef's going to mill you, etc., etc., and then the Harvester, Tortoise all mills you as well, and the Harvester really can help you get like a free Speed Demon, a free Hauntwoods, a free Sab-Sunen, etc., etc. So we're just going to be taking Sab-Sunen and Glarb, uniting in some Sultai fashion here. Not a whole lot of blue. If you notice, there's really not a whole lot of blue at all, except for Glarb and the frogs. But what's really relevant is we do have access to negate in the sideboard. If you are a best of 3 player, you can go in for negates. Other than that, we have the Glarb. That's why we have a really complicated mana base, but the Restless cards are really good for the Blossoming Tortoise. So if you are thinking about buying any sort of cards off TCG Player in Ether Drift or anything, go ahead and make sure to use my link above. I am a TCG Player affiliate, and it will give me a small kickback if you use the link and then shop or do whatever the hell you're going to do normally. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the Mana Rocks. The Mana Rocks are the patrons and the YouTube channel members that do help out the channel financially, and it means the absolute world to me because, still not in that content creator program, which I really hope to be by sometime, I don't know, but, like I said, just keep in mind that only you can help protect the ether with me, so make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this, helps out the channel tremendously. Hopefully it'll help me get into the content creator program one day. Without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. 2 Restless, an Overlord, and a God. Lovely frog god. I think we can kind of rock with this. We typically want to win like I guess a marathon by default anyway. So I guess we'll go in for the Vinestalk just because we have Blooming Marsh. Don't think it matters too much here. I'm probably just gonna go in for the Cottage as well, but having the Restless cards is a lot better versus Control, just because you can threaten them with all of those all swings later in the game. Right now we're just kind of holding still. The big question will be, do they have no more lies on turn 2? If not, got a good old Overlord for you. I've been seeing a lot more control lately, so that comes in tap. That's actually really nice. Kind of gross that we get all of our Blooming Marshes, but in a 3-color deck, that's what you gotta do. And now that we got the Overlord, that actually helps out a lot. So if we can just get down, I mean, if we can get down Sab-Sunen on curve, that'd be amazing. I guess we gotta kind of go for it. All right, let's see if we can get down Frog Mommy, Sab-Sunen. I'm not really counting on this. You got No More Lies, 3 steps ahead. Not really planning on this to resolve. We get it. We get it. We resolve Sab-Sunen, indestructible. Absolutely amazing. So they're just gonna go for a demolition field instead. Okay. I can't lie to you though. I'm a little nervous here that they do. Well, yeah, at least one turn to kind of like chill here, because they can't Sunfall, and we've got indestructible. So Sab-Sunen should be safe for at least a turn, which is nice. Can't they have Judgment? Got indestructible. I mean, you can. I guess you can technically, but it's not gonna do you much good. Yeah, see, I see them. See, they're tapping it. Go ahead, read my Sab-Sunen. Reach, trample, indestructible. Not too shabby, huh? All right, there we go. Let's go. Sab-Sunen, let's go. Get the card draw. Sab-Sunen helps us find Glarb. Looking pretty great here. But first things first, let's just Duress. Ooh, baby, got a Sunfall. Okay, so Sunfall is obviously going to be the biggest threat here. We can actually have Bitter Triumph for Jace as well, so I'm not really that threatened by that. But now we get rid of their Sunfall. Absolutely beautiful. So now these tap lands are a little awkward here. We could just drop down Glarb, or we could just go for, what, like Dreadknight? Yeah, these tap lands are a little unfortunate in that regard. Put a stop at our upkeep here. Let's go for Glarb. Screw it, man. We're getting frogs. We're doing the frog thing here. Kind of a little bit of a mistake there, because I was going to go for Dreadknight. So if we go for Glarb, we should have went for Glarb first, so that we can grab our land off the top. But I got a little bit too giddy with that, getting rid of the Sunfall thing. So, alright. Punished by my own impulsiveness, I guess. Stock up what you got here. Okay, stock up. I've been seeing a lot of this like stock up control a lot lately. Get lost on the Glarb. That's not really that big of a deal here. I guess we don't really need the stop anymore. But that really does. That really, yeah, we get a little punished for that. Not a little punished, very punished. But now Sab-Sunen can attack. I mean, it's pretty great. The nice thing about this too is the way that with with map tokens or Innkeeper's talent, you can manipulate the amount of counters on Sab-Sunen. But right now I'm just kind of mapping out, do I want to, like, you know, animate the Restless Cottage for another swing? Then use a map token? I think so, because the Overlord is going to get rid of Impending. But then do I also want to use a map token as well? So we have an untapped source. But first things first, let's just get our damage in while we can. Next, we have the even number of counters on Sab-Sunen, so we can attack. I don't think this really matters too much at all, so let's go ahead and just get rid of Sunfall, whatever. Hate Sunfall. Down to 8 they go. I guess I don't want to be... the last turn, I got a little too hasty and dropped my land premature, so let's not do that this time. There we go. We got a Restless Cottage, so this time... Okay, that's exactly why, I mean... Case in point, last turn we got screwed. I know, not screwed, excuse me. I screwed myself because I dropped the land. Didn't drop the land from Glarb. But this turn we actually rectify our mistake, so now we draw into that Restless Cottage, and you always want to get those Restless cards down first. Wow, easy money. Round 3, fight. Okay. It's a little gross. It's a little gross. I think because we have the tortoises are kind of a problem. I'm gonna keep it. I don't want to say it's a little gross, but I just want to see all my frogs. There's a frog, and we're absolutely looking beautiful. Scratch that. We got Glarb. We're looking beautiful, man. I got a Glarb. I got a tortoise. What could go wrong? 3 tortoise. Still don't know what the plural form of tortoise is. Is it tortoises? Tortoisei? Tortellini? I don't know. The Deuce always feels pretty bad, though. That's a draw 2 for 4 mana, which is pretty good. Separated, of course, but... Llanowar Elves. I guess I could drop down Glarb, but going for Llanowar Elves feels a little bit better, because if they drop Jace, then I can immediately Bitter Triumph it. So get that to resolve, whatever. Even if it got countered, don't really care that much at all. Just a clue token. So I'm really hoping that they go in for Jace, and then we can just, Bitter Triumph it. This is why I like Bitter Triumph so much more than go for the throat in this meta. See a lot of Kaito, a lot of Jace. Bitter Triumph is my, card of choice, so... Kind of gross, but let's get the Tortoise down. Assuming a counterspell is coming, but that's fine. Got plenty more... I mean, literally 2 tortoises and 2 frogs, so... Gotta burn through these counterspells somehow. There's the Jace. Okay, that puts us in a little bit of a predicament here. So we got 2 Bitter Triumphs, a Dreadknight. So now we're in a really weird spot. We'd like to get some more land down, but I'm assuming they have some sort of counterspell. So I think... I could just chuck down my Tortoise or whatever. But come to think of it, if I go for Dreadknight and draw, I can't... This is a little bit better. Let's go ahead and push for land here. If they do have a counterspell, we still can go for Bitter Triumph. Whereas if we just dump all of our mana into Glarb or Tortoise, they'll just, There we go. Okay, land's good. Get our land drop. Drop the knight. I think that was the right play there. No more lives. That's fine. That part's fine. I'm a little surprised they didn't just, do it immediately, I guess, but I guess they don't know what I'm going after. So definitely do not like. I mean, I do like. I noticed the Jace has the Phyrexian font. That's actually really cool. So now we've got this. We've got 4 mana to play with here. I'm gonna try and go for Bitter Triumph. We're of course just paying the life. Life not being irrelevant versus this matchup. So let's just poke the bear. Do they have a counterspell? I mean, I prefer if they just didn't have one at all, but let's poke the bear here. 3 steps ahead. Okay. Well, this is actually noteworthy because they are gonna essentially tap out unless they had like Spell Pierce or something. But now here's our window. Here's our window to resolve something, and I'm actually, because I have another Bitter Triumph, I'm gonna be a little greedy here. I think I'm gonna go for Tortoise instead of the Triumph to kill it. So they can't counter this. We get a window. Here's our window. Tortoise. Land is fine. Always want to get those Restless cards. The Restless, that's the upside of going in for 3 colors too, is because the Restless cards, I mean, we can use the Restless cards to attack the Jace. We don't actually have to Bitter Triumph it in case they have another counterspell. Of course, that would make things easy. So they're actually going to mill me for draw. I mean, I don't really mind that. That's going to help out our Tortoise, because we don't have any lands in our graveyard right now. Demolition Field, we're not too worried about the Demolition Field, because we got these Tortoise, I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to say Tortoises, I don't know. Land is fine. We definitely need a lot of land. So I'm just thinking here. So if I animate the Restless Cottage... If I animate the Restless Cottage, I still have enough for a Bitter Triumph if they decide to do something crazy here. And I know they have Demolition Field. But maybe we just try to burn through it. I mean, we could also go for double Tortoises, but let's just do this first. I think we just do this. Auto pay is fine. Again, life not being a factor in this matchup whatsoever. Okay. A little surprised that, well, I guess I'm not really surprised. They can always just go for the Demolition Field. I don't think they really care that much if I get a food token or exile anything. So let's go at least threaten the Jace. Go for the Restless Cottage. Get our stuff going here. I guess that does make sense that they don't Demolition Field because they know that I could guarantee get a Restless Cottage back if they Demo Field before the Blossoming Tortoise resolves. Smite. That's pretty unfortunate. Not gonna lie. That's pretty unfortunate. And now they Demo Field. Well, no, they don't wait for this resolve. But we get another one, unfortunately. So we actually just get another Restless Cottage anyway, so we're all good there. Life's decent. Well, I'm gonna say life's good. Life's decent right now. So, wow. Jace is looking kind of scary here. I don't think I'm really under that much scrutiny regarding Jace, so maybe we just don't Bitter Triumph. Of course, I have another forest, sure. I do have a couple, basics. Only 2 basics, though, so these demo fields are going to get kind of annoying. So I could go for Glarb here and still hold up Bitter Triumph with 2 leftover mana. So I have 5 mana to play with here. So I could go for Tortoise. No, it was either Tortoise or then Glarb, and I get to hold up Bitter Triumph. That's pretty decent, right? We can only have so much black sources, which is kind of the problem right now. So I don't know if I screwed that up, but I couldn't go for Glarb because I only had 1 black source there. That's really unfortunate. They keep trying to mill me, which is kind of awkward because now the Jace is at 1 loyalty counter, and I'm almost to the point where I might just want to swing in with an elf. With our little elf here. This is gonna get grindy, I can already tell. They're at 18 life. They're not... We don't have a ton of pressure on them. We have 3 Restless Lands, 2 Glarbs, a Bitter Triumph. Will we end in Triumph? Stock up. Yeah, this card's good, man. This card's been seeing a lot of play lately, and it's really good. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand, and then just ditch the rest. So it's basically just like... It's kind of almost like Scry 5, draw 2. Like, it's pretty good. Even at sorcery speed, that's pretty damn good, so... Gilles is gonna get rid of the Tortoise. It's fine-ish. And they still have enough for a, whatchamacallit, a Demolition Field. We do have Abyssal Harvester and Glarb. Pretty good little 1-2 punch there, but that would require us not getting Sunfalled. Sunfalled? Let's get this going a little bit. I don't want to rope too hard. So, Restless Cottage. Down to 13. Alright, I'm actually just going to attack the face with the cottage. I highly doubt that they're gonna let this cottage go through, but the Demolition Field should be okay. I don't think it matters whatever we take in the graveyard. I don't think it could ever matter for them. I don't think they're worried about the graveyard in any capacity whatsoever. Okay. There's no way they let this go through. Whoa! Hold on. Damage. You're gonna wow. So no, hold on. No Demolition Field. Now I'm really confused. I mean, now I'm really confused. Why did they let that damage go through? They had a Demolition Field, so that means they probably have, I would assume, like a 3 steps ahead, and they're just holding up the counter. I guess we just go for another map token here. Let's put it on the cottage if they're just gonna let me have it, I guess. Ooh, hold on. That is, dang, man, I gotta start being better about this and play slower because we kind of just burnt off all of our black. So now I can't go in for Glarb. Nevertheless, we do have Sab-Sunen, so got both of our froggies here. I guess we do want to keep Sab-Sunen, right? I mean, we could be greedy, but like, we got Sab-Sunen. Unfortunately, I don't have the Glarb kind of going on, which is really gross. So let's go for this. If they do end up going for Demolition Field, I know that I have a 1 swamp left. So I guess that we don't get Glarb out due to my own stupidity, but at least we get to hold up a swamp. Yes, 1 swamp, and then I have a Bitter Triumph if they have Jace. So not the end of the world, but I wanted to get Glarb out, so that is a little unfortunate. Another Demolition Field? What the hell? Oh my god, that's ridiculous. How many Demolition Fields? Has that been 4? 1, 2. No, it's just 3. Okay, but still 3 though. 3 Demolition Fields. A little obnoxious there. Alright, let's go for Glarby. I think I still have not gotten used to that whole interaction with the Glarb, that we keep dropping our lands premature. Gosh dang it. Son of a bitch, dude. Alright, I'm so bad at this game. Don't play like me. So if you're planning on playing Glarb, or if you have already played Glarb, sorry for making you cringe. Sorry. I keep forgetting that we can play lands off the top, but it's no excuse. Let's just go ahead and go for the Restless Vinestalk. If they Demolition Field now, then we can at least shuffle. We don't have any more lands for the Demolition Field, but we can shuffle it. Destroy evil on Glarb. Alright. I don't think Glarb's evil. He's just misunderstood. Alright, let's go ahead and swing in here. Alright, well, at least we get the shuffle, but I don't have Glarb now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Don't want the land on top, I know that. So I guess we just have to get the attack in. I guess I could, yeah, I could have gone for another Glarb here. Damn. Yeah, I could have gone for another Glarb here. I guess I keep assuming my priority in my head is the Bitter Triumph, just to kill the Jace on, you know, mana efficiency or whatever the hell, but I should just go for the Glarb. I also am not trying to rope too hard here, because I know this is a grindy matchup, and it doesn't seem like we're ready to take this home yet, so I don't want to rope too hard, so that's a lot of editing for me. If you gotta play with a lot of ropes, so I'm gonna try and make decisions relatively fast, but it is kind of difficult, so let me just kind of infer how much land I got here. So let's go for Glarb. Gotta land off the top. Finally, we're starting to get a little bit... Oh, I meant to click the land. We're starting to get a little better in that regard. Unfortunately, got another land on top. So let's go for the Tortoise. Mill it away. And see if we can get something else a little sexier on top. So we're starting to learn. Gotta learn with the Glarbster. Okay. Tortoise goes through. We'll get him... Oh, that's pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty. Okay, that's pretty gross, actually. Let's just get down the Harvester. I guess, why not? And no more lies. Okay, obviously that's... I mean, I was kind of like halfway expecting that, but really not that big of a deal, all things considered. So, let's go ahead and put a stop at our upkeep here, just because we do have Glarb. Always want to, you know, have the option. Most of the time I do kind of want to surveil away like the lands or some shit like that, so... I mean, actually, all things considered, they do have pretty much like unlimited draw long term, but with the Fountain Port. But let's go ahead and get our Glarb going. Get the stop at our upkeep so I can surveil too. Okay, looking okay. Okay, this is a nice little combo if we had our Abyssal Harvester. So get down the Overlord of the Hauntwoods, and then we could just go in for the a free token. That'd be really fun. Negate. There we go. Okay, looking absolutely beautiful here. As long as we have a negate, they can't. We're pretty okay with like the Jace. So now that we kind of have the Jace under wraps, let's go in for the Unholy Annex. So it's actually the Ritual Chamber. It's actually not the Unholy Annex. And I actually noticed you don't even have the choice. You have to go for the Ritual Chamber version of it. I think. It says only 5 or 4 or higher, so you don't get the option. 3 steps ahead. You know what? I have the option to negate here. I think we're just going to let it go. Let it go. You got it. I think we really want to be pretty particular about the Jace here. Got an Overlord. As long as we can hold up the Jace, we're free to do this. So let's go ahead and grab our Overlord with Glarb. Thank you, Glarb. Sure. Let's go and ramp up. You need a lot of land here. Getting a lot of land seems to be pretty key here, because they can't Demolition Field every single freaking Restless card that I have. So as long as we can hold up negates, I think we're looking pretty good here. Obviously, we are negated by this stupid Tidebinder. So I think they're just going to block the token, draw a card with a token, whatever. But let's go and put another stop at our upkeep here just because of the Glarb. Just so that we don't forget. We always want to have at least the option to do so. Okay. So, get 29 cards left. Beza's not that bad. We can handle a Beza. That's not that bad. It's actually kind of funny, worth noting, that we actually have less life than them, which is actually literally hilarious. Still no threat of the Jace around, so that's nice. I think we just have to turn out. I mean, I guess we could eat the food, right? Or actually, you know what? We can actually Bitter Triumph here. If we Bitter Triumph, we already have the negate for the supposed Jace. And I'm gonna assume maybe we don't even want the Tortoise. Maybe we want the Beza gone, just so that we can kind of have a better attack. Sure, we'll just do that. I kind of again, this is like a semi-bluff because I kind of want to bait a counterspell just in case I negate their Jace and they counter my negate. So let's go for Glarb. Let's see if we can find another negate. 2 lands ain't gonna do it. Okay. Elf. Not great, not gonna lie. What else we got here? Oh, okay, now we got a Virtue of Persistence. So Virtue of Persistence is actually a fine win condition, so that is something that we can use to threaten them with, for sure. This is why we like the Virtue of Persistence when we run Glarb, because actually the Virtue of Persistence and the Unholy Annex Ritual Chamber stuff here. So yeah, I think we do this. I hope they don't have another counterspell, but even if they do, we can have negate. I think I will let this go. But let's go ahead. Let's just do it first. Wow, we get it. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. All right, Glarb is doing some work here. Glarb is doing some serious work. Another land's a little gross, but we get another Restless card, so that's nice. I want to make sure, just in case we see another No More Lies, like, I don't want to get screwed. Come to think of it, we already have seen a lot of No More Lies. I want to be able to hold a negate and then maybe 3 more mana in case we get No More Lies on the Jace counter. All of our activated abilities are also 1 less, right? Let me manually do this because I don't want to get screwed up. Let's do this. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot that we actually I'm gonna have to hit the Z button here. Because we have 4, that's not enough. So let's go ahead. Oh, we're gonna have to Z on. Z. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to Z that away because I forgot this entire time that the activated abilities is not relevant because our Tidebinded Tortoise. So sorry for kind of wasting your time. I might have to edit that out. Definitely swinging with you. We're not Tidebinded on the Overlord, and we got 6 power here, so. Of course, they're just gonna block Fountain Port, which is pretty gross. Fountain Port is kind of nasty here. Okay. I don't really see a downside to just dropping another elf. I mean, sure. It's actually hilarious that this entire time we actually have less life than the control deck, which is, I find it pretty funny. Get lost on the Virtue. That's pretty unfortunate. Like I said, though, I think we have to keep this negate for the Jace. I think we just have to. It's pretty easy to get greedy here, but you just have to keep the Jace at bay, because the Jace is what is the ultimate I win button, so we're just going to let it go. Unfortunately, I was really banking on that Virtue, but it is what it is. Another Fountain Port is quite disgusting. I don't think we're under too much scrutiny here. So let's go ahead and kind of like walking on eggshells here. No, huh? I don't think there's really like a big punishment here for the food. So let's go ahead and eat some food here. Stop. Drop and roll. Don't think they can go for Jace at instant speed, so I think we're pretty okay to just eat some food here. So, Glarb, do your shush fail. Glarb is putting in some serious backbone here. So don't think we want the Sanctum, but we do get the Sab-Sunen, so we are going to unite the frogs, Sab-Sunen and Glarb. Glarb finds Sab-Sunen. Absolutely love this. Let's go ahead and draw. So, wait, hold on. Got the Rakdos, hold on, not Rakdos, excuse me, Speed Demon. Well, so you know what, Speed Demon's actually, like, phenomenal here. Wow. Okay, Speed Demon's, like, crazy. Hold on, let me just kind of, like, take a breather here. Speed Demon has Flying and Trample. Start your engines. I think we want to just try this out. Yeah. Oh, negate now. Okay. The wheels are already turning. The engines are already starting. So if I go for Speed Demon, we're gonna start our engines. We're guaranteed to draw into the negate. Now it is a little unfortunate. If I craft these map tokens and I reveal it, they're gonna know that I have negate, but they don't know that I have 2 negates. They don't even know that I have negate, period. So now that I have 2 negates, we don't have to leave open 3 mana sources on the back end because we have 2 negates now. Unless they kill the Speed Demon immediately. Okay. So I think we'll try to use the Restless Vinestalk and shrink the Beza, maybe, just because we're looking for raw damage here. And hopefully this kind of distracts them from the Speed Demon. So let's go ahead and use the Vinestalk to shrink down the Beza. Let's shrink it down to the size, Beza. Another Tidebinder. Honestly, that's not really the end of the world. It's really not horrific. Okay. We still got another land, which we got all the land in the world right now. So they're gonna go for Fountain Port, sure, whatever. Starting actually goes to 2. I know that, like, seemingly is bad because we're going against the mill deck here, but they don't have any sort of mill outside of the Jace. So if we have negate for Jace. I'm not worried about anything else, honestly. I would assume they go in for whatchamacallit. We're not conceding. Shut up, timer. This has been a long ass match, good god. So they go for Fountain Port. Sure. Okay, looks good. Damage, whatever. And you know what? I know this seems absolutely batshit insane, but I'm actually gonna do something insane here. I'm gonna do something absolutely nuts. Instead of killing the Beza, because I can kill one of the Beza or the fish, I'm actually just gonna kill the stupid fish. And because I really want them to press for more, because otherwise they have to use the Fountain Port. I want them to sink as much into the token draw as possible, so I actually would rather just kill the token. I know they're probably like, what in the hell, but whatever. So now I go for the map token. This is a little unfortunate because now I show them the negate. I want to keep the negate a secret, obviously. So now we draw, but I have 2 negates now. Oh, and a Nissa. Oh my god, a Nissa. Alright, so now we got a Nissa. But again, it's the negate for me. It's the negate for me, dog. Okay. Yeah, I got a Nissa here, man. I mean, they would need... I don't know, we got 2 negates. Like, I don't know. I think we're looking pretty good here. Okay. My turn. So I got Sab-Sunen off the top, which is hilarious. I think even if I did animate the Restless Cottage, if I all-out swing, and I don't think that's enough to kill for lethal, even with the negate. So I think we're going to play it a little still here. I think I might just swing all out. Kind of scare him a little bit, you know? Let's go for the map token on the Speed Demon. Get a little extra I don't know if the damage really matters here because I'm kind of already committing to not going for lethal. So if I animate the Restless Cottage, they got 3 blocks. We have 7 in the air. I think I would just come up a little bit short. Again, I am roping, and I noticed that I don't have any more timeouts. So I don't have any more timeouts. I don't want to get auto whatever the fucked. Plus, they could also have a Tidebinder. They've got Fountain Ports. That's fine. Right? The thing is, I got 6 cards. So I have 6 cards left in my library. So the Speed Demon's not going to mill me out. Fountain Port for a blocker. Start Engines goes with 3. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should have, like I said, I can't, we only have so many, like, timeouts, so much time. I don't want to sit here and make a decision forever. So block, block. 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 Even if I went for Restless Cottage, yeah, it seems like they could just chump block it. So we're going to have 7 go through in the air. 4 would go through. It wouldn't go through because the other would just chump block. They got another Fountain Port. So we're fine. You know what, actually, all things considered, we could have just gone for Nissa and given everything like Trample. Let's not think about that. I was so asphyxiated on the double negates that I forgot that we could just Nissa for 7. Just give everything +1/+1 and trample. Oh my god, oh my god, I literally missed lethal really bad there, huh? We could have just given oh my god, that's really embarrassing. I was so asphyxiated on these double negate. I still think we're like in the clear. That's really sad though. I think that's actually hilarious. These everywhere, so we have 1 actual forest, and then we have 4 everywhere tokens here. So that would just, oh my god, that's hilarious. That's, if I end up losing this somehow, I will literally scream. Even if they got negate, whatever. I can't believe that. I just sent the house, and I could have just had a Nissa behind it, but nevertheless, I don't think it matters too much here. We've got 2 negates. 2 negates. 3 steps ahead. You know what? We can really close this out. But they do have Fountain Ports for draw. It's very close. I think... No, I can't. We're roping. I'm gonna have to do it. All right, let's go ahead and negate. We still have another negate. They don't have... I don't think they've got enough to really double dip. So we are going to draw here. It's pretty much it, though. This is pretty much the game. If they go for Fountain Port, they have to create the token. They have to draw. So that's a lot of mana, and then we still have the negate. There's really no way that they can draw and have a Jace and negate our negate and yada, 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 etc., etc. This game has been literally, I just looked at the time, over 30 minutes. Over 30 minutes long, and we have taken control. The absolute marathon of a lifetime. Frogs take it versus control. Round 3. Fight. Okay, let's go and keep this. I've been seeing a lot of control lately, so obviously I'm not super worried about getting like low to the ground here. So, looks pretty good. And if we can get down an Unholy Annex, the thing I've noticed, like if you kind of just try to go with a marathon versus control, a lot of times you'll be surprised at how much you can win. I'm gonna go for the Unholy Annex here. Absolutely no priority being passed, but for a count on the stack, that is. So unfortunately, I got a little excited there, but fortunately, get lost. But it's actually worth noting that the map tokens can be really, really helpful for Sab-Sunen because you can manipulate the +1/+1 counters. So that's pretty good though. Stock up is going to let them tap out. Sorcery Speed stock up is going to give us a window to drop this Blossoming Tortoise, which is pretty damn good. Another Unholy Annex. I think you could actually make the case that we go for Annex now. And then the Elves. I think it's close, but the Unholy Annex literally lets us draw every single turn. So I was going to drop down the Tortoise, but Unholy Annex and Elves is pretty good, because now we can go for Sab-Sunen. Another get lost is really unfortunate, but this is a big if. If they don't have Sunfall and we can resolve a Sab-Sunen, our frog mommy. There's a Glarb. Oh man, all right. Okay, what do we do here? I want to make use of the map tokens here, but I also want to get down Sab-Sunen. Come to think of it, they didn't have a land, so I don't even know. They would have to have a land and a Sunfall. It's pretty low. It's a little close, but I'm going to go for Blossoming Tortoise. It's really close, though. So Blossoming Tortoise, let's see what you got here. Okay. Whenever you hit a Restless card, it's always the best possible thing, so. I think it's not that, I'm not worried about swinging in with the Elves yet. It's not that big of crunch time, so. So now we get our lands. This is good. We want to make use of our map tokens. Now I don't need an elf. Nah. If we had our Abyssal Harvester down, we could also kind of do some shenanigans with that. Get lost. So we're going to have 4 map tokens again. But, again, though, it's not that bad, though. We can really manipulate the Sab-Sunen, which is kind of what I'm looking forward to. So, unfortunately, the Blast Zone gives them their land for the theoretical Sunfall. Rest in peace. I mean, that does hurt the Blossoming Tortoise, but, like, I'm not really a full-blown graveyard deck. So, like, I mean, it doesn't really hurt that badly. I mean, I don't love it. And it's kind of funny, because I'm probably going to have to just get out this Blossoming Tortoise anyway. So I dropped my land, so it kind of really... I mean, I probably shouldn't have dropped my land, though, in case we go for Glarb. So let's not go for Glarb. I think we are ready to resurrect Sab-Sunen, Luxa, Embodied. Let's do it. Frog Mommy, come out to play. We do have 3 open for a No More Lies. Obviously, you know, whatever the hell. 3 steps ahead. We have 3 mana, but 3 steps ahead is better than 3 mana. And we get it, Sab-Sunen. Okay, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Now let's go for our map tokens so that we can go in for Sab-Sunen. We are going to manipulate Sab-Sunen's +1/+1 counters, and now we got Innkeeper's Talent. Between the map tokens and Innkeeper's Talent, we can manipulate Sab-Sunen's ability with the counters to do exactly what we want. So let's go for another map token. Yep, I will keep the Innkeeper's Talent. Looks good to me. All right, so now let's just take a chill pill here. Well, let's not take a chill pill. Let's attack, I guess, with our elf. But here's the thing. Next turn, when Sab-Sunen goes off, I don't care about Blast Zone. They can Blast Zone all they want. That's not a big deal. Here's the thing, though. Just no Sunfall. I don't... Okay, no Sunfall. No Sunfall. We are in the money zone. Let's go. Well, this is not that bad. So they're going to actually weaken my elf, which, again, is not that bad. Here's the thing, though. This is so sick. Sab-Sunen's going to go off. Wow. Sab-Sunen was going to go off here. But you know what? All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's completely fine. We actually don't care. Sab-Sunen is such a beast that we can just go ahead and do this. Not even a little... You think you're going to Tidebind? Be honest with me. You think you're going to Tidebind the Frog God? The Frog Goddess Mommy? There's no way. There's no way. And now we're going to manipulate these +1/+1 counters. All right, so it can only attack if we have an even number. If it's an odd, we get the draw. So they already kind of... got rid of our draw, but we can still attack with the Sab-Sunen now. So I think now we're gonna go in for probably just attack the Jace. Maybe we want to get the attack off with Sab-Sunen. We also kind of want to go for Tortoise. Let's go for the Tortoise. I know this seems maybe a little insane because we have Rest in Peace out, so we're not gonna get the Rest in Peace stuff. So that's kind of gross. I don't want to, like, quote-unquote, manipulate Sab-Sunen any longer. So I'm going to swing in to the, whatchamacallit, the Jace. I know that's kind of a little lackluster, but that Tidebinder really kind of screwed up our mojo here. So now we go in for the map token. I don't really want to do it on Sab-Sunen, because I kind of want the draw. Well, I guess we have so much going on here with the Innkeeper's Talent that we can do it. I'm not worried about it. So just do it again. Again, we'll be able to, like, manipulate however we want with the Innkeeper's talent, so like I don't really care that much. So let's get a 10-10. They didn't have the Sunfall last turn, so unless they top deck into Sunfall, I think we might just take this. Because Sab-Sunen gets the trigger at the beginning of your main phase. The Innkeeper's talent is at the beginning of your combat phase. So let's see if they just top. I don't think they. I mean, well, I don't know what they top deck. That could be Sunfall, but another Jace. Another Jace is not that bad at all. We do not care that much about this at all. It's worth noting that they paid the Phyrexian mana. They're just trying to draw, I think. A stock up. Oh my god, the game's over. The game's literally over. Sab-Sunen, you cannot. Let's go, Frog Mommy, for the win.